Tonight, Ellen like you have never seen her, opening up about her painful past.
I think we covered a lot more than I even intended on covering.
Then, did Adam Levine quit The Voice for another music show?
It's amazing.
Just days after his shocking exit, we go behind the scenes of his new Songland.
Plus, partying while mom faces prison time. Have Lori Loughlin's kids learned nothing from the college scandal?
And why Hollywood stars have a new love for lipo?
Oh, they got their lipo done and it was so easy.
Why this plastic surgery procedure is back in the spotlight. Plus, our epic J-Lo exclusive.
Only on ET.
Inside Jennifer's top secret tour rehearsals and her wedding plans with A-Rod.
I'll be ready when it's time to be ready.
This is Entertainment Tonight. This is something Ellen DeGeneres relives the darkest period of her childhood when she says her stepfather kicked down her door to molest her.
Yeah, and we've never heard Ellen get this candid before, but she hopes that she can help others by sharing her traumatic story.
As a victim of sexual abuse, I am furious at people who don't believe it. I was 15 years old. You know, we are really vulnerable at that age.
Ellen opened up to the Today Show last year about being sexually assaulted, and now she is sharing even more details. In a new sit-down interview with David Letterman, Ellen says her mother, Betty DeGeneres, married, quote, a very bad man when the comedian was just a teenager. Ellen says her mother was battling breast cancer and her stepfather took advantage of the diagnosis, telling Ellen he needed to check her breast for lumps. What started with groping escalated. She said, quote, he tries to break my door down and I kicked the window out and ran.
When you are violated, you don't know what to do and you don't want to say anything because first of all, you just are wondering how did this happen? How was I that stupid?
Ellen didn't tell her mother right away. She tells Letterman, quote, I was protecting her and I knew that would ruin her happiness. When she did tell her mom, quote, she didn't believe me. And then she stayed with him for 18 more years and finally left him because he'd changed the story so many times.
I think we covered a lot more than I even intended on covering.
The sit-down drops Friday on Netflix's My Next Guest Needs No Introduction with David Letterman. As for Ellen's relationship with her mother, the two of them have grown closer over the years, and the comedian says Betty is apologetic for not believing her sooner.
Seeing all that your daughter has done, does she ever amaze you?
I'm very proud, very proud. Glad they mended that relationship, you know. And of course, today, Ellen is happily married to Portia de Rossi, and they just made big real estate news. They paid Adam Levine and Bahati Prinsloo $45 million for their Beverly Hills mansion. I mean, Adam's got a lot of changes going on. He quit The Voice, and now he's selling his house.
Oh, is he going to be okay? I mean, he's only worth an estimated $90 million. But before you feel bad for Adam, remember, he has a new show premiering tonight as his former TV family moves on.
So we always knew that our coaches would leave. He'd been on for a long time. It's like, hey, he's got children now, and the Maroon 5 tours a lot.
Today, Voice host Carson Daly opened up about Adam's shocking Voice exit, but Levine isn't out at NBC. Tonight, he's premiering a new music competition show called Songland.
It's a beautiful way to shed light on that part of the process that almost nobody sees.
Unlike The Voice, songwriters are the contestants. There's no viewer voting, just a panel of judges, and it's not live ever. Adam's an executive producer, but not expected to appear. However, Voice alum John Legend will. He's the first guest artist.
They had some songwriters come in and pitch me songs. We worked with the songwriters to kind of hone the songs. And then I picked a final song to record, and I can't wait for everyone to hear it. I thought it came out great.
There's a famous guest artist each week, and the panel might be familiar too. From One Republic's frontman to Rihanna's producer who starred in Pitch Perfect. Adam's psyched for his new baby.
It's a fascinating look into how it goes down, and I can assure you that is how it goes down.
You know, Adam can't have everything.
No, he can't.
And today on Ellen, wife Bahati revealed Levine wants more babies.
He wants 5.
Yes.
And I thought I wanted 5, but now I think maybe like 3 or 4.
You're backing up?
I'm backing just by 1.
Oh, it's all fun and games. So you have that first one, then you're like, ooh, let's back those estimates up.
Or maybe it makes you want more. sometimes.
Nah, I don't think. And let's move on now to the college bribery scandal. A hearing for Lori Loughlin and her fashion designer husband is set for June 3rd.
Meanwhile, their two daughters at the center of the controversy, Olivia Jade and Bella, were seen partying it up in Hollywood. Olivia and Bella appeared carefree while their parents are facing possible prison time. The two sisters were out early Sunday morning at Bootsy Bellows nightclub in West Hollywood. Olivia, age 19, and her sister Bella, 20, arrived at the club around 1:30 in the morning, then left with friends a half hour later. Presley Gerber met up with them in the wee hours of the morning. Presley is the son of Cindy Crawford and Randy Gerber. Living it up out on the town comes after a source reports that Olivia feels hurt and betrayed by her mom and isn't speaking to her. Lori and her husband, Massimo, have entered pleas of not guilty in the college bribery scandal, but their younger daughter is in no way ready to forgive anything her parents have done. Our source says Olivia has a hard time dealing with the college scandal and is concerned that she will always be seen as, quote, that girl whose family paid her way in. And while Olivia has been stonewalling her sitcom star mom, our source reports that her older sister Bella has a very different relationship with Lori. The two have been a wonderful support to each other. With Monday's court date in Boston looming for Lori and her husband, ET has learned that Lori is ready and just wants to tell her side of the story.
So Lori may write a book. Former NBA star Lamar Odom already has a new one out. You know, it's been nearly 4 years since his near-fatal drug overdose at a Nevada brothel, and it was a turbulent time for Lamar. There was the rise and fall of his marriage to Khloe Kardashian, the end of his basketball career, and he chronicles it all in his new memoir, Darkness to Light. We sat down for a revealing and very candid conversation, and trust me when I tell you, Lamar held nothing back. Let's talk about this book. You put stuff out there.
I tried to.
Vegas, the hospital. When you got there, they didn't think you were going to make it.
Yeah, I was a goner.
Did you realize you were a goner when you were sitting at that ranch?
Nah. It was just another day of, you know what I'm saying, being freaky, I guess. Or trying to be freaky.
Lamar was partying at a Nevada brothel for 4 days when he was found unresponsive on October 13th, 2015.
He's got blood coming out of his nose, white stuff coming out of his mouth. They can't get him to wake up. Is he conscious? No.
Lamar was rushed to the hospital on the brink of death. His heart stopped twice, and he suffered 12 seizures and 6 strokes. Cocaine was found in his system, but Lamar alleges the late brothel owner, Dennis Hoff, drugged him.
I didn't take drugs that night, man.
You didn't?
They told me it was something in my system, cocaine or whatever in my system. I don't know how they got it in there. But that's my God's honest truth.
In your career, how much money do you think you blew through?
Just off drugs? I would say probably $100 million.
When Lamar suffered the overdose, he was in the midst of a divorce with now ex-wife Khloe Kardashian. She dropped everything, including their divorce petition, so she could take over his medical care. Against all odds, Lamar recovered. What does Khloe still mean to you today?
A lot. Yeah, I still got a lot of love for her.
But there were other women.
Yeah.
You said in the book that you had sex with more than 2,000 women.
I never really kept account. I might have over-exaggerated a little bit.
Okay. Was it always safe sex?
No.
No? Do you worry about that ever?
Of course. You know, we all seen what happened to her. We all know how real that is.
How much do you think you hurt her?
I mean, a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot. I'm blessed just for her even just to pick up my phone call.
Have you guys kind of made amends now?
I mean, I wouldn't call it amends. I've spoken to her recently. If you call that amends.
If you could say one thing to Khloe right now, what would you say?
I love you, and thank you for being there for me when I couldn't walk or talk. That love will never go away.
All right, let's move from his love for Khloe to a little bit of shade. I've known Lamar since before he came into the league, and I found it interesting that I was also name-checked in the book. So I had to talk to Lamar and get some things straight about that. I want to read a quote from your book, all right? Kevin Frazier from Entertainment Tonight tried to win family members over with free fried chicken in hopes of getting an exclusive. Explain that to me. I'm going to let you explain that. As in your book. As in your book is the bottom.
I can't really remember saying that, Kev. I mean, that would have to be offensive, too.
Would I?
And I'm sorry for that. So I guess my writer must have just trying to be creative with his writing.
All right.
Sorry if I offended you, bro.
Listen, Lamar and I have always been good, and he's one of my favorite people out there, but please, just don't mix me up with Colonel Sanders. All right, coming up.
Hold on tight.
Chris Hemsworth, even hotter than Thor.
What?
It's true. He's with the Men in Black now, and only we're behind the scenes.
This is pretty cool.
Plus, Ryan Reynolds in action as his pregnant wife Blake makes it a family affair.
And
It's my party.
only ET's invited to J-Lo's big celebration.
I feel like I'm turning 25.
Behind the scenes of her 50th birthday tour.
This is what 50 looks like.
Let's see in 10 years what we look like.
Well, Blake Lively was in full mommy mode, caring for 2 kids and a growing baby bump. They were in Boston this weekend to support dad Ryan Reynolds as he filmed a fight scene for his new movie, Free Guy. And I just love this about them as a couple. Blake and Ryan actually work opposite schedules so that the family can always be together.
Yeah, Ryan told me that. He said whenever he goes, the family all travels with him. They're always on set with him.
That's great. I know. Keeping it all together.
I know. Good daddy. Well, here's another action dad that we love, Chris Hemsworth. The Avenger is signed on with the Men in Black, and only we can take you behind the scenes.
Hold on tight.
I'm certainly a fan myself. There was such an excitement about what this next chapter could be.
Chris's new chapter hits the box office 7 years after MIB 3. In total, Will Smith's OG trilogy made more than $1.6 billion. Men in Black International takes place in the same universe as previous films.
Let's do this. When you put the glasses on, you have the whole suit and it all comes together. We looked at each other and thought, wow, this is pretty cool.
Joining Chris's Agent H to hunt for a mole in the agency is Tessa Thompson as Agent M.
She definitely has her reservations about him.
The first time she sees him is very, very funny.
His approach to things definitely bothers her. I have feelings too, you know.
And then we just can't seem to get rid of each other.
Come on. The world's not going to save itself.
I'm driving. That really should be here.
Oh, not this country.
Tessa was in Thor Ragnarok and Avengers Endgame and jumped at the chance to work with Chris again.
You know, he's so gifted at comedy. He's so fun to play with. He doesn't miss a beat in terms of improving. Yeah, he's a dream. He's just a dream to work with.
We are the Men in Black. The men and women in black.
The Spice Girls making history over the weekend as they kicked off their Spice World UK and Ireland tour to completely sold-out crowds. Just love seeing them on stage again. And speaking of girl power, well, Jennifer Lopez is gearing up for her epic It's My Party tour, and only I was invited inside J-Lo's top secret rehearsals.
Ya lo tengo todo. It's my party.
I love it. I understand there's actually going to be a cake coming out at every concert.
Maybe. Maybe.
I heard this to be true.
Well, it is a birthday party.
Believe it or not, this is J-Lo's first ever solo headlining tour in the U.S. But the amazing Ms. Lopez and her ads are hitting another milestone this year. She's turning 50.
And I just want us all to know, like, this is what 50 looks like.
Yes. The inspiration.
Let's see in 10 years what we look like.
Please, come on, you never age.
Okay, what does it involve when you're going to a Jennifer Lopez birthday party?
It's going to be a big celebration. This is going to be a concert tour, but it's also, my aim is to make it feel like an intimate party as well. Where we're just kind of like, we're all celebrating together. We're dancing, we're singing, we're having a good time.
With 10 days to go before she hits the road, Jennifer, ever the perfectionist, is hard at work on every detail.
This is not what I want. This just looks like a dead chicken.
And she's been sharing the journey with her fans on her YouTube channel. We'll see. Which is also where she happened to drop this proud mama moment with the 11-year-old daughter, Emmy.
Oh, yeah. Your daughter, she can sing.
Oh, yeah.
I
say she's got her daddy's voice. Want to put a little piece in the show? Hey, come on, we'll see. We'll check it out. She's amazing.
Is that all natural, or does she take lessons?
No, it's natural. I mean, Emmy always could sing. I remember when she was in the crib, when she was a baby, she used to be humming, like really humming to herself and singing. And Mark would say, she's singing. And he was right.
Would you want her to go into the business?
Only if she wants to.
J-Lo plans to take her kids on tour with her over the summer, along with A-Rod, you know, the guy who gave her this approximately 15-carat engagement ring.
This was his whole thing. He did this all by himself.
How's the wedding planning going?
It's going good. It's going good. I think, we know we have a pretty busy year ahead of us, so,
Yeah.
we are...
You're going to take your time?
Yeah, I think, there's no rush. We really see this as something that is going to be forever, and we're going to just take our time and do it right, and do it not rushed.
Beautiful couple and beautiful ring, Niecy. Jenny got a rock. Oh, no doubt about that. Well, Jennifer's parting tour kicks off June the 7th at the Forum here in Los Angeles, and I'm going to be there. So excited.
You know what I love about her, though? She embraces being
Yes,
busy. And the
she does.
woman works hard, very hard. But some stars like Cardi B aren't afraid to admit they get a little help. Remember, Cardi just postponed her concert to heal from her liposuction surgery. So, in spite of all the dangers, I wonder, why do celebs still insist on plastic surgery extremes? Tonight's ET Beauty, Hollywood's love for lipo.
I feel like a lot of people look at girls on Instagram and think like, oh, they got their lipo done and it was so easy. And this is such a long, hard process.
I should have canceled today because moving too much is gonna up my lipo. I said I like it like that.
The subject used to be the stuff of rumors, but not recently. I mean, what's up with celebs being so honest with their lipo confessions?
I've had lipo before. I've had my breast done 4 times.
And your butt, is that natural?
And some of it taken out.
I can't spend 2 to 3 hours every day in the gym like I used to.
This is laser high-definition liposuction of the abs. When you wake up, we're going to have a six-pack.
Jersey Shore's Ronnie Ortiz let the doctor's cameras into his lipo procedure. The best thing it revealed? Yes, these celebs may work hard for their six-packs. Some may be filters or Photoshop. But now we know exactly how abs can be achieved by going under the knife.
Now you do the etching in between these areas with the Vaser to create that washboard six-pack look. This is a photo just 6 months after delivering a baby. Did we have a little help of post-pregnancy liposuction here? Maybe. The incisions we make for the tummy, we make down low and in the belly button where it's hidden. That's why liposuction is so great.
Of course, there are dangers. There's swelling, possible damage to internal organs, and you can pop a stitch if you're not careful. On the plus side, Dr. Orden revealed your fat can actually be put to good use.
We can enhance your cheekbones. If you have low temples, if you want a stronger chin line, jawline. I hate to throw away that fat. That's good stuff. For women, it's more creating those curves. A small waistline, sculpting that, scooping that back, and then adding fat to the backside to give a little pop in the backside and that sway back. You know who I'm talking about.
Coming up, we know what...
Don't you dare close your eyes. Well, how about this? Audiences around the world flocked to see Aladdin this weekend. It finished #1 at the box office with more than $234 million.
Wow.
But here's the deal. The best place to see it was in Calabasas, California, where the big blue man himself, Will Smith, had snuck into the theater to watch the movie, Nancy.
Clearly, that was the best place to see
it
it.
was.
I mean, take a look at this. Will magically popped up during the closing credits. Can you imagine that?
I know.
And then he hung around in the lobby to greet his fans and then take lots and lots of selfies. They all think that they found that lamp and, gave a little rub and saw Will.
Will also posted this big thank you to everyone who saw Aladdin. We love this movie. We are humble and honored that you are feeling the same way. That is so cool. It was really cool to see all the little girls dressed up as Princess Jasmine going to see this movie this weekend. I thought it was magnificent.
Really sweet and phenomenal movie. Phenomenal. Bye, everybody.